get back on your feet, notice who the fuck you are. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing a chit chat get ready with me for you guys. I am getting ready to go to the park with one of my friends. We're going on a picnic. I've kind of been in a low mood, so you know, I needed this, and I was like, you know, let me take this opportunity to do an actual get ready with me because I'm actually going somewhere. So let's hope that I don't take hours to do this. And the topic of today's get ready with me is going to be, why am I not dating? And I just chose this topic because I feel like it's a conversation that I have all the time, and I think people might have similar views, and I want to hear if anybody has contrasting views because I'm not right about everything. I don't know all. So yes, let's just get into this because I don't want to be late. I have really bad allergies, so I'm about to take a Benadryl. And ooh, I should moisturize my face before I get into my hair. So basically, it has been almost a year since I've really entertained anybody or like took anybody seriously, and that's because when I did take somebody seriously, it went really badly. So from that experience, I just kind of was like, you know what, I'm cool off guys. Let me turn on the fan because it's hot. It wasn't on a like, I don't want to talk to them. It was really on just like some hurt that I was just like, you know, I'm just gonna leave guys alone. I feel like I am not fully healed from my experiences of my past, and I refuse to put the burden of those experiences on the next person who tries to love me. Like, when I say the burden of those experiences, I mean the things that changed about me, or like the issues that I developed as a result of somebody else. Like, I don't want to put somebody in a position where they're going to have to prove to me that they're not something that the person before them was. Especially because I noticed that my head is not even in a place to truly see if someone is or isn't like my past. Like, I'm in a place where everything anybody says to me just sounds like noise. Like, it just sounds like the same thing over and over again. It doesn't sound genuine. Or even if it does sound genuine, I convince myself it's not, because when you get lied to, it just really changes the way you think about things. Like, even when something sounds like the truth, you still in your head some way, somehow feel like it's a lie. And I know a lot of people can feel me on that. So I just feel like me, no matter what nobody does, no matter what nobody says, I'm still gonna always feel like they're lying to me where I am in my life right now, because I'm not completely healed from what was done to me. And I just feel like it's unfair, and it's draining to have to constantly prove yourself to somebody who doesn't want to see that you're good. So I would never put somebody in that position, because what would really be the point of that? Like, what would I really get out of making somebody prove to me that they're not what I suspect them to be, and then not even wanting to see it? Like, always just saying, well, even though you showed me that you're the best thing ever, I'm still gonna say I don't trust you. So it just doesn't make sense. And like, I don't feel like it's fair to make somebody else pay for somebody else's mistakes. Like, yes, of course, you be cautious when you date, and you like think about what happened to you in your past so that you don't repeat it, but it's never fair to treat somebody like they're the mistake that somebody else made. Like, I just feel like that's really unfair to somebody, especially because if they have to spend the entire relationship proving to you who they are, they're not going to enjoy the relationship, and at some point they're going to want to leave. They're going to want to get out of it, because that's unhealthy for somebody to have to constantly struggle. I mean, some people want to do it, but I myself would never put anybody in that position, because it's unfair. It's like it's playing a game that you know you're going to lose. And then the second reason that I don't date is because I don't have a lot of time on my hands. I don't use my phone a lot because I've just trained myself to want to live more in the moment with the people that I love and everything. So I don't really text a lot. I don't like FaceTime because I feel like unless I'm not doing anything at all, I don't want to be on FaceTime with you. And that's just because I feel like it takes up so much time. Like, I really like to listen to people, and if I'm doing 20 different things, I cannot sit down for 2 hours and be on FaceTime with you. Like, I have stuff to do. I'm a bad multitasker, which is also why I don't like being on FaceTime, because it's hard to listen to somebody sometimes and focus on what I'm doing. But like, if I'm cleaning my room or something, I'll be on FaceTime with one of my friends sometimes, just because they miss me and I be making sacrifices for the people that I love. But if I don't really know you like that, I'm not gonna make that sacrifice for you, because people have just bad intentions, and I don't want to feel like I gave somebody my time or I made sacrifices for them and then they disappeared out of my life, because people tend to do that. So I'm just like in a place where meeting new people and figuring people out and stuff like that is just not a priority of mine, because I'm not willing to see them as better. Like, friends, of course, I'm always willing to make friends and see what people are like, but when it comes to a significant other, you have to invest so much more into a significant other that I really don't feel like I could do that. I just parted this front piece, however, because I don't really think it matters once it gets curly. But yes, so that's another reason. I just don't have time, and I'm not very social, like on the phone. And in order to even get a relationship with me, I have to have some sort of like relationship with you over the phone first. And how am I supposed to build that if I don't open that door? So there's that. And then I have like 20 brothers that are so protective over me because they know that I don't protect my heart, so they do it for me. And my sisters are worse because they know I don't protect my heart, so they do it for me. And then my parents are very overprotective over me because they know I don't protect my heart, so they are overprotective over me. So there's a lot of people that people have to go through in order to get to me, and a lot of people were not trained to deal with people who have families that care about them. So they're not into the meeting parents, and they're not willing to deal with like the family being a little bit rude when you first meet them. They kind of just jump ship, and then they have attitudes back. And then I'm very protective over my family, so I'm not gonna let somebody disrespect my family when they're just trying to protect me. So it just causes a situation that I just don't want to deal with, and a lot of guys haven't proven to be worth it. So I just leave guys alone so that I don't get to the point where I have to deal with it. I don't get to the point where I have to be like, oh, you know, there's this boy I'm talking to. Like, I just leave them alone on the whole, because I'm not with the antics, y'all. Another reason would be, now that I do YouTube, it's really hard to tell who really likes me or who doesn't. It's like really annoying the way guys flirt with me. Like, they'll be like,
when are you gonna put me in a video?
Or they'll be like,
oh, you need to put me in a video.
And I just be like, who are you again? Some guy even hit me up like, let's start a couples channel together. Like, do I know you? No. So I just get annoyed and I just don't, because the quality of guys that be trying to talk to me is like, where did y'all come from? Like who raised you? So that's another thing, the quality of guys now. And people have agendas, so I don't even know. You know, like there's this saying that people stick around just in case you make it. And I feel like guys are the same sometimes. Like, you know, there's women who leech off of men, and there's men who leech off of women. And I can't see myself, like, if you're somebody who has nothing going for yourself, not to say that your intention is to leech off of me, but if you have no ambition and you just really not doing nothing with your life, what do you think you can really do for me? And yes, loving me is enough, but I don't plan to be raising anybody or like minding anybody. So if you're trying to talk to me, I have to know that like you have something going for yourself, or like you're doing something with your life, or you have some type of goals and aspirations, because otherwise it really just looks like you are coming around and expecting me to raise you, and I don't want to do that. Another reason that I don't really talk to guys and that I choose to leave them alone is because I'm very focused on my career and my goals, and I feel like guys are a distraction when they either don't have their own goal, or some guys are just very controlling and clingy. It's just a lot of variables about guys that I feel like will intrude on my process of growth and reaching my goals. So it's like right now I'd rather not take the risk than be like, you know, not all guys are like that, you feel me? So I just leave them alone, because you never know what you're getting with guys. I'm one of those people who I fall fast and I fall hard. So I just don't feel like I'm in a place where I'm willing to risk everything that I'm working for on a dude. Because the guys that I have dealt with have proven to me that I have bad luck in choosing guys, and I just really do not want to go through no heartbreak and all that again. I just can't right now. And another reason is that I've gotten to a place where I'm really good by myself. Like, I've learned so much about myself. I've done so much for myself in the period of time that I have just been leaving guys alone, that I don't feel the need to talk to guys. Like, I'm okay with my own company. My brothers and sisters keep me extremely happy. Like, I know you guys can tell my brothers and sisters are my whole heart. Like, I don't know what I do without them. So I'm pretty much good. Like, I'm not unhappy with my life. I'm not in a place where I'm searching for somebody either. You know, I'm just chilling. I'm good. A lot of people think that like I'm this misandrist, like I hate guys, and that's really not the case. I believe there are some really good guys out there, but I'm just not in a place where I'm willing to look, search, or find out. And that's just what it is. I don't really consider myself a feminist, but I just really am for girls winning. Like, I really believe that women are so freaking powerful, and sometimes we give that power away to men. I don't feel like we would have been given so much magic and so much everything to be controlled by another human being. But I just feel like overall, I feel like the place that I'm in my life right now, I don't really need to bring a guy into the mix, or any guys into the mix, like not even on some just entertainment type. I feel like I just need to spend more time loving myself, and I've been doing that for about a year now, and I have flourished so beautifully that it just makes me want to see how much more I can unlock and how much stronger this person that I'm creating can become if I really invest in myself. Because most of my life I invested in other people. I loved other people more than I loved myself. I put other people over myself. So for the first time in my life, I've been giving myself all that energy that I give other people, and I'm amazed at how much more I love myself, how much more I do for myself, how much more I take care of myself. And how it reflects into my work, how it reflects into my everyday life, how it reflects into my relationships with the people that I love. Overall, my whole life is just doing better because I've taken the time to love me. Like, before, a guy could have dubbed me and then I would have been like, oh, there's something wrong with me, or guys could not have talked to me or looked my way and I've been like, oh, there's something wrong with me, like I'm not pretty enough, I'm not thick enough, I'm not this. I would just put all these thoughts in my head because I let a guy's view of me determine how I felt about myself. And now I know that I'm a bomb ass and that no guy is gonna change that ever, because I know that even if I'm not the prettiest on the outside or I'm not the thickest, I have a beautiful mind and I have a beautiful soul, and that is something that is hard to find. You cannot buy a better personality, you cannot buy a better attitude, you cannot buy a better nothing on the inside. I can buy a butt, I can buy boobs, I can all of that. Not saying I will, but those things are buyable, those things are fixable, those things are physical. I can change my face tomorrow if I want it, but my personality would still be the same. Who I am fundamentally would still be the same. And I learned that I'm just so bomb that there's no reason for me to let a guy make me feel less than off of how I look. Because most of the time, that's how guys judge me, because they don't know me. And now that I'm feeding who I am on the inside, I'm happy with who I am. But not talking to guys and being single has allowed me to see the power of myself on its own, not in relation to another being. If that makes sense. If y'all understanding what I'm saying. Yeah, that's overall the reasons why I'm leaving guys alone and I'm not dating. I may be dating in another year or so, just because one of my life goals is to find the love of my life. Like, I'm not in a place where I'm bitter and I don't believe that I'm ever gonna find love and I'm gonna want to be single forever. Like, that's not where I am at. But I want to make sure that I build a solid person before I go looking for that. Because if I don't and I put my state of mind, my sanity, my happiness in the hands of somebody else, they can crush it whenever they feel like it. But if I do it for myself, that person cannot take away anything from me. They can only add to me. So, yeah, like I said, that is why I decided that I'm going to stay single for a while and I'm not going to really be talking to guys. Plus, I'm young. I'm about to be 19 years old. Like, I'm 18, I'm a baby. I'm just figuring out what life is. I'm just going through like my first friendship heartbreaks and guy heartbreaks and really getting into the struggle of adulting and everything. Like, I'm a baby, y'all. I don't really have a lot of experience through life. I want to live my life. I want to see a lot and do a lot before I tie myself down to another being. Yes, it is very possible that I can meet someone who amplifies that, who encourages me to do, see, go, learn, experience, but me as a person, I want to see and do and be and create myself before bringing another person into the mix. I hope that makes sense to you guys, because I know sometimes when I talk I don't really make sense. Like, it makes sense in my head, but then when I say it, it doesn't make sense. If there's anything that you guys want me to kind of clarify, you can comment that down below, have a discussion with me. I hope y'all like my hair. It didn't take that long. It's cute. I do not like wearing my hair in pigtails, but this is pretty cute. I need to cut this. I probably should, right? This one looks like, maybe I should twirl this the opposite direction. So yeah. I know my soulmate is out there waiting for me, so I'm not in a rush. I do find myself sometimes like, damn, I wish I had a boyfriend, or damn, you know, it would be nice to have that companionship or that love or whatever. And then I say to myself, that unconditional love, I have it in the people around me. I have it in my best friend, I have it in my parents, my sisters, my brothers. People who are around me all the time love me unconditionally. They love me with all my flaws. They support me through everything. They inspire me. They are the loves of my life. So when I say to myself, oh, I want a boyfriend, I need a nigga who loves me unconditionally and does all this for me. My brothers, my sisters, my family already do all of that for me. So I don't necessarily need a guy. Yes, there's ways that a guy can add to you, but I had to take the time to sit back and be like, I'm searching for this. I think I so want this, and I already have it. All that love that I keep searching for is right in front of me, and that's something that I think a lot of you guys need to realize as well. A lot of you feel lonely because you see other people in relationships, or you see some quotes and start getting in your feelings. Don't let it put you in your feelings, y'all. If you look around, I guarantee you there's at least one person that loves you. In something, some way, somebody loves you. And even if you don't have a physical being that loves you unconditionally, God loves you unconditionally. When you put yourself in a place to search for that love, you end up in a place of desperation, and you end up with people that should not have access to you. I was listening to a podcast, and the lady was saying the same thing. It's like when you're vibrating at a low frequency, which is basically you're not happy, you don't think the best of yourself, you're just kind of like depressed or feeling lonely or whatever. People who don't deserve to have access to the beautiful energy that you can have get to have access to you, and then you end up in relationships with abusive people, or people who don't know how to love you properly, or just a bunch of toxic issues that you would not have had to deal with had you understood that you are a beautiful being on your own and allowed yourself to grow into that beautiful being. But all I'm saying is that don't allow somebody else to make you. Don't allow somebody else to give you your happiness. Don't allow somebody else to pull you out of a dark place. Pull yourself out of that dark place. Get back on your feet. Notice who the you are, and then maybe you can think about bringing somebody else into the mix. Because it really is true. If you are incapable of loving yourself, you will be incapable of loving somebody else in the ways that somebody else is supposed to be loved. And that's how I feel. I'm not 100% incapable of loving myself, but I don't feel like I'm capable of loving somebody the way I feel people deserve to be loved at this point in time, because of my scars that I have, because of things that I'm still dealing with mentally, but I am working on those things. So one day I will be in a place to love somebody. But yes, y'all, I'm pretty much done with my hair. Y'all know I do not wear makeup, so there's no makeup happening. I'm gonna change my clothes. I'm not gonna put on no mascara or anything. And that pretty much concludes my chit chat get ready with me. I hope that you guys took something away from this. I'm about to go put on my clothes. I'm about to go brush my teeth. And I should have rushed it before this, but please don't judge me. If you guys haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do not forget to do so and hit the little notification bell so you can get notified when I post. I will see you guys next video. Later!